It was the sixth event, the Manicato Stakes, and Vite Cheval made a triumphant return to racing. He really relishes the soft tracks. He's an outstanding galloper, but particularly so on rain-affected going. We've got this.
They're followed by Quabo, Bowljet wide, Red Tempo 6 deep. They were followed by Pashenka's Gem in on the fence, and then a length to Belstani, Final Affair, and then a length to Centane from Vite Cheval. River Rough at the 450, led about a neck to Stelina. Bowljet, Quabo coming at it, and Red Tempo 6 wide, letting go now. They're followed by Richborg, Pashenka's Gem, and further back is Final Affair. Oh, there's a 4, Stelina's down on the corner, and Red Tempo raced up the River Rough, and Bowljet a line of 3, a length to Quabo, and then came Centane, followed by Vite Cheval, Final Affair. Red Tempo, a narrow leader into the straight from River Rough. He's got a neck in front. Here's Final Affair driving through. River Rough battling back. River Rough and Red Tempo, and Centane grabbing the lot of them, and on the rails, Vite Cheval. Vite Cheval's got up, and it'll win from Centane. Oh, late in the corner, and Red Tempo raced up the River Rough, and Bowljet a line of 3, a length to Quabo, and then came Centane, followed by Vite Cheval, Final Affair. Red Tempo, a narrow leader into the straight from River Rough. He's got a neck in front. Here's Final Affair driving through. River Rough battling back. River Rough and Red Tempo, and Centane grabbing the lot of them, and on the rails, Vite Cheval. Vite Cheval's got up, and it'll win from Centane. Oh, Lasers Furies Millie run third out wide from Red Tempo and River Rough and Final.
In racing world. Victoria's first Group 1 race for the season is conducted at Caulfield on the show day holiday on September 27. And in this, the weight for age Underwood Stakes, the former top 3-year-old Bounty Hawk underlined the strength of his lead-up form in Sydney.
Next has had no luck in the run and going forward quickly. Bounty Hawk moved away from Prolific, is getting shuffled back as Alibi lost its place. Past the baton, sprinting round the outside from Moss Kingdom, Affinity and Prolific, last 5 lengths off the lead. 700 metres to go. Lasers Fury a half to El Dwayne. King Delamere 3 deep on the outside of them. Greatness is moving up 4 deep as they come to the corner now. And these horses having a great battle, and Bounty Hawk sitting in behind them. They were followed by Moss Kingdom, and Prolific 2 lengths last. He's got to be far left. Round the turn with 500 to go. El Dwayne, Lasers Fury, King Delamere and Greatness 4 in line. Bounty Hawks bolting, looking for a run. They were followed then on the outside by Alibi, and Prolific full to the outside. In the straight, King Delamere took the lead from Greatness. Here's Bounty Hawk going for the split. King Delamere, Greatness and Bounty Hawk getting out. It's Bounty Hawk charging to the lead on the other line. King Delamere, and Bounty Hawk strides away. He'll win by 3 parts of a length to King Delamere. Greatness third. Just behind him was...
You may have known the first of the big fillies races is the Flight Stakes at Randwick on September 29. The Flight, named after one of Australia's most famous race mares, has a history of top-class winners, and although it currently holds only Group 2 status, its elevation by the principal clubs seems only a matter of time, particularly now that it's worth $100,000 and is the third leg of the Spring Fillies Crown Series. The filly to look for here is the brilliant Queenslander Golleen, in the blue colours out in the centre of the track.
Princess Jacinda went to walk with Kings. Dalton's coming at them. Purple May's locked away now. Wink at Me is coming at the line of leaders, and they're followed by Our Lafitte. Premier Flight in behind those. Dinky Flyer and Satin Sand are storming down the outside. There's about 8 in line. Dalton claimed by Wink at Me. Satin Sand and Dinky Flyer are putting in runs. Anything can win it. Satin Sand is coming at Dalton, and down the outside Golleen flew. And Golleen got up and won it.
600 out.
With Kings. Dalton's coming at them. Purple May's locked away now. Wink at Me is coming at the line of leaders, and they're followed by Our Lafitte. Premier Flight in behind those. Dinky Flyer and Satin Sand are storming down the outside. There's about 8 in line. Dalton claimed by Wink at Me. Satin Sand and Dinky Flyer are putting in runs. Anything can win it. Satin Sand is coming at Dalton, and down the outside Golleen flew. And Golleen got up and won it.
600 out.
National Gallery easing back. Away they go. Jumped away pretty well. Red Anchor and Star Pyramid first out from Brave Salute.
Gary Willits had the Moonee Valley Stakes mount, but at Caulfield on Guineas Day, Mick Dittman was back in town. Punters and bookmakers agreed that Red Anchor looked a class above his fellow 3-year-olds, and accordingly, the colt was sent out an even money favourite for the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas.
At the 1200 over the hill now, and Kentish led a length to Star Pyramid and Street Cafe, a length and a half then to Brave Salute, half a length to Red Anchor on the rails, a length then to Fathers and Solitaire Love, a length and a half Luxor Lottery. There's no pace on, surprisingly. Then Lord of Camelot, Spirit of Kingston, Clovelly Bay pulling hard on the outside from Pan Am and Richfield's Lad and National Gallery. Going down towards the 800 and the leader Kentish, a length and a half Street Cafe, a Nectar Star Pyramid, 1.5 Brave Salute, got Red Anchor snookered on his inside, a length and a half Fathers and Solitaire Love. 2.5 lengths Luxor Lottery, Lord of Camelot, Clovelly Bay, a length Spirit of Kingston, a long way back with Paname. National Gallery is last coming to the turn, and Richfield's Lad second last. Past the 600 near the corner, Kentish is hanging. Star Pyramid getting up on his inside from Street Cafe. Pulled out 3 wide, Brave Salute. Red Anchor's going well. He's trying to get somewhere to go from Solitaire Love, and then Fothers. National Gallery back second last on the corner. Red Anchor got the run and hit the front on the corner. Red Anchor dashed to the lead from Star Pyramid. Fothers getting out from Street Cafe. They're followed by on the outside Brave Salute, but Red Anchor Dittman went for home. He shot 2 in front of the 200 from Star Pyramid, getting out Lord of Camelot and then Street Cafe, but Red Anchor's going to walk in, scores by 4 lengths. Second, Lord of Camelot, Spirit of Kingston up for third. Last on the corner. Red Anchor got the run and hit the front on the corner. Red Anchor dashed to the lead from Star Pyramid. Fothers getting out from Street Cafe. They're followed by on the outside Brave Salute, but Red Anchor Dittman went for home. He shot 2 in front of the 200 from Star Pyramid, getting out Lord of Camelot and then Street Cafe, but Red Anchor's going to walk in, scores by 4 lengths. Second, Lord of Camelot, Spirit of Kingston up for third. And
the last horse to win the Moonee Valley Stakes, Caulfield Guineas and Cox Plate in the one season was the mighty Surround in 1976. On Cox Plate Day...
Racing, Lover Kiss very slow, missed it about 2 or 3 lengths out wide. Concord and Naliska took a while settling down, and Dinky Flyer first out from Christmas Hamper. Cara's Girl showing pace, and Centauria, the outside, has gone up quickly with Dalton to be handy.
The 1,000 Guineas at Caulfield is one of the most important classics on the calendar. Every year a top-class filly wins this race, and in 1984 all of the best fillies were on hand. As you saw in the manifold, Sauna was unlucky when her rider Darren Gorsey was disappointed for an inside run. Accordingly, Sauna and Spirit of Kingston were sent out equal favourites at 5-2.
Hasty Hermes followed by Cookie and then Owl of Feet. Behind them is Premier Flight and Naliska, a length and a half to Try Shell, followed by Lover Kiss, Christmas Hamper and Lars Concord. 800 out now, and Dinky Flyer is inclined to hang, has gone up on the outside. The boys in a bit of trouble in it, I think. Sauna's gone up now to be second with Cara's Girl. Dalton taken off the fence. Rass Dancer sitting in behind them with Wink at Me, 2 lengths to Centauria. Spirit of Kingston going round the outside. Then Hasty Hermes, a couple to Goleen, and they're followed by Cookie, Naliska, and then came Lover Kiss from Owl of Feet. On the corner, and Sauna has taken the lead. Dinky Flyer and Sauna in front of Wink at Me. Rass Dancer about to come after them, and they were followed then by Dalton. Spirit of Kingston down the outside, running on well. Sauna dash clear. Rass Dancer throwing out the challenge. Spirit of Kingston under the whip on the outside. It's Sauna in front. Spirit of Kingston and Rass Dancer trying to get it from Wink at Me, and then Goleen out wide. It's Sauna in front. Goleen coming home at 100 miles an hour, and Goleen's going to get up and win. Scores by more than a length to Sauna on the line. They're about to come after them, and they were followed then by Dalton. Spirit of Kingston down the outside, running on well. Sauna dash clear. Rass Dancer throwing out the challenge. Spirit of Kingston under the whip on the outside. It's Sauna in front. Spirit of Kingston and Rass Dancer trying to get it from Wink at Me, and then Goleen out wide. It's Sauna in front. Goleen coming home at 100 miles an hour, and Goleen's going to get up and win. Scores by more than a length to Sauna on the line. Third, Spirit of Kingston.
Goleen's barnstorming finish left her rivals with absolutely no excuses, particularly as she conceded Spirit of Kingston a start into the straight. Goleen is by the...
Everything was in readiness for the 1984 Foster's Caulfield Cup, the world-famous brewing company's time. Total prize money for the race was $325,000. Prolific's defeat by Alibi the previous week saw that horse fall from favour, and Alibi displaced him as Cup favourite. Bounty Hawk, back at Caulfield, where he'd won the Underwood, was heavily supported, as was while the Herbert Power form demanded that Affinity and Eldwain remain under notice.
Lost a length over on the inside. Cabobany and Bounty Hawk well away with Beaver Boy. Wider out on the track, used the space, and Colonial Flag, and also up there King Delamere. They're followed by Eldwain, and Abbott's being booted along over on the outside. Alibi back in about the middle of the field. It's a fast run to the judges' box. Cabobany joined by Use the Space, and a half length to King Delamere, and Abbott's up running 4th. 1.5 to Eldwain. He's got half 2 on the inside is Hay-Eye. Eldwain outside it, then a length to Alibi, who's still trapped 3 deep from Beaver Boy, the rails, Colonial Flag, the centre. 1.5 to Fountain Court, and Bounty Hawk over on the inside from Prolific, one off the fence now. Fox Seal getting up inside it. They were followed a little further back in the field then by Hazard's Command, and then came Affinity on the outside of Mapley Heights, and 1.5 to Admiral Lincoln and Look Aloft. Going up towards the 1200 on top of the hill, Cabobany, 3 parts to Abbott in an evenly run cup. 2 lengths to King Delamere third, and then 2 lengths to El Dwayne moving fast, used the space. A length and a half further back, Alibi over on the outside of Hay Eye, and a couple of lengths then to Colonial Flag. They were followed by Beaver Boy over on the inside with Fountain Court, 2.5 lengths to Bounty Hawk. Then a length and a half, Hussar's Command, Prolific, and 2 lengths to Affinity commencing a run. It was followed by Fox Seal, Mapley Heights under the whip, and then came Look Aloft and Admiral Lincoln. They've got about 700 to go in the Cup. And Here Abbott took over from Cabobany. King Delamere's tackling the leader, and El Dwayne's running a big race. Alibi 3 deep, making ground from Fountain Court, and they're followed by Colonial Flag, Hussar's Command. Hay Eye on the inside of them, and then back behind them, Bounty Hawk and Prolific looking for a run. On the turn, King Delamere swept to the lead with El Dwayne tackling him from Alibi out 3 deep. They were followed by Fountain Court, but it's King Delamere in front, a length and a half into the straight. El Dwayne trying to peg him back from Alibi, and then came Abbott, Colonial Flag trying to get out. Here comes Affinity down the outside and battling on Bounty Hawk. It's still on the inside, King Delamere with El Dwayne. Wide around Bounty Hawk and Colonial Flag getting a split, and Affinity's doing better than them all. Affinity on the outside, finishing best. He's won at Affinity and next to Bounty Hawk. Maybe El Dwayne from Alibi, and then came Abbott, Colonial Flag trying to get out. Here comes Affinity down the outside and battling on Bounty Hawk. It's still on the inside, King Delamere with El Dwayne. Wide around Bounty Hawk and Colonial Flag getting a split, and Affinity's doing better than them all. Affinity on the outside, finishing best. He's won at Affinity and next to Bounty Hawk. Maybe El Dwayne third from King Delamere.
Affinity's win capped an inspiring comeback from a crippling fall for jockey Pat Hyland. The rangy Zamazan Gelding, the last horse to win the Moonee Valley Stakes, Caulfield Guineas and Cox Plate in the one season, was the mighty Surround in 1976. On Cox Plate Day 1984, Red Anchor dominated in the betting ring and, where it mattered, out on the track.
On the inside, King Delamere, Eastern Bay away well, but Street Cafe flew from the stalls like a greyhound and was 2 in front and crossed to the rails as they settled down. Mr. Ironclad out wide with King Phoenix and El Dwayne racing up towards the lead when they settled down. Red Anchor's about 5th, 1 off the fence, and Labrici trapped about 3 wide behind him. Out of the straight they go now, and Street Cafe a length to Oxbury Way and El Dwayne, a length and a half Mr. Ironclad, half a length Red Anchor getting in on the fence, 3 deep King Phoenix, 1.5 East Anchor and King Phoenix 3 deep. Lord Camelot...
They went very fast as they usually do in the Cox Plate. He got back around about midfield, but I came off the fence at about the 1200 metre mark and started to follow some horses up. They seemed to go a long way from home in those sort of races, and half a mile from home they were at top speed, and he was out off the track a bit, doing a little bit hard. So, you know, he showed a lot of class to be able to win.
Followed by Lord Camelot wide, but making ground from Mr. Ironclad. Wonder Red Anchor now being sent forward from Eastern Bay, King Delamere. Labrici's covered a ton of ground next from at the head of the others, Riverdale, and Beechcraft called on for his run from Kiwi Slave. As they came up by the 600 and a Street Cafe, about a length to Lord Camelot, El Dwayne's gone. In the centre there, battling on is King Phoenix and Red Anchor around the outside of them from Mr. Ironclad, King Delamere, and then further back, Labrici, Riverdale. But Street Cafe, Clements kicked it away, a length and a half on the corner. Red Anchor's out after it from Lord Camelot. The 3-year-olds are clear. Red Anchor raced up the Street Cafe from Lord of Camelot and then King Delamere. Red Anchor took the lead, 100 to go from Street Cafe, battling back, and then Lord of Camelot. But the mighty Red Anchor's coming away to win the Cox Plate. Scores by a length from Street Cafe, 2 lengths to King Delamere third, ahead to Lord of Camelot, fourth from Riverdale, King Phoenix, Mr. Ironclad, Labrici, Beechcraft, then Admiral Lincoln, followed by El Dwayne, Kiwi Slave, Eastern Bay, and last to finish up.
Red Anchor had equalled the feat of that great filly Surround, but there was no precedent in modern times for a horse to add the Victoria Derby to those group wins. In 1969, Darrell's Joy won the Moonee Valley Stakes, the Cox Plate and the Derby, but bowed to the might of Vane in the Caulfield Guineas. In 1973, Taj Rossi won the same 3 races, but hit his head against the starting stalls when fourth to Grand Sidium in the Caulfield Guineas. In the 1984 Derby, National Gallery, a Sir Tristram colt trained by Colin Hayes, was heavily backed to beat Red Anchor. Was the money on target, or merely the product of some wishful thinking?
Torrid balked at the start and lost about 3 lengths, and Gold Deck and Calenza first out from Lord of Camelot, Red Anchor. Spirit of Kingston being smothered up with Clavelli Bay, and on the outside Luxor Lottery, then National Gallery, and so Torrid picked up the field in last place. Out of the straight, Calenza the pacemaker led about 3 parts of a length to Luxor Lottery, a length and a half further back then came Gold Deck, 2 lengths to fourth is Red Anchor, a length and a half Lord of Cup now, 700 out. We'll find out who can stay. Calenza and Gold Deck. 2 lengths to Luxolotria, half to Red Anchor moving up on the outside. National Gallery's got up behind it now from Clovelly Bay, still last into the straight Spirit of Kingston. 400 to go. Gold Deck and Calenza with Red Anchor about to tackle them and quickly grabbed them and took the lead. Red Anchor's in front. National Gallery's the challenger. He's had to go for the whip on National Gallery though. Then came Clovelly Bay and Spirit of Kingston, but go Red and look at him go. Red Anchor racing away, 4, 5, 6 in front of National Gallery. Then Clovelly Bay and Gold Deck, but Little Red Anchor's going to trot in the Derby. Wins pulling up by 4.5 lengths to National Gallery. Gold Deck and Calenza with Red Anchor about to tackle them and quickly grabbed them and took the lead. Red Anchor's in front. National Gallery's the challenger. He's had to go for the whip on National Gallery though. Then came Clovelly Bay and Spirit of Kingston, but go Red and look at him go. Red Anchor racing away, 4, 5, 6 in front of National Gallery. Then Clovelly Bay and Gold Deck, but Little Red Anchor's going to trot in the Derby. Wins pulling up by 4.5 lengths to National Gallery. 2 lengths away third, Clovelly Bay from Gold Deck.
And so history was made, and Red Anchor did it in devastating style. Red Anchor's performance in this race was probably the performance of the year. The 1984 McKinnon saw the clash of 4 prime cup contenders: Alibi, Bounty Hawk, Affinity and Colonial Flag.
600 out, Colonial Flag, a half to Alibi. Now coming out is Goleen and 4 deep. Bounty Hawks travelling very well at this stage. They were followed then by Labrici switching round their heels. Colonial Flag at the 400, a length to Alibi. Bounty Hawk looked to be coasting from Goleen and Labrici working home on the outside. Colonial Flag still a neck in front. Alibi trying to get to it, and now Bounty Hawk called on. Goleen trying to get out, and then Labrici. It's Bounty Hawk racing up to the leader. Alibi took the lead. Bounty Hawk coming at it. Goleen hasn't got much room. Bounty Hawk got to Alibi. The 2 of them fight it out. Alibi won't give in. Bounty Hawk does best. Wins it a half deck to Alibi. A length. Bounty Hawk called on. Goleen trying to get out, and then Labrici. It's Bounty Hawk racing up to the leader. Alibi took the lead. Bounty Hawk coming at it. Goleen hasn't got much room. Bounty Hawk got to Alibi. The 2 of them fight it out. Alibi won't give in. Bounty Hawk does best. Wins it a half deck to Alibi. A length to Goleen, a great run third.
Bounty Hawk is the best member of the first crop of former international champion Balmerino, a winner of 22 races in 6.
The $500,000 Melbourne Cup was run under clear skies on a fast track and before a crowd of 83,250, plus a network through Channel 10 in Melbourne. The top fancies, Bounty Hawk, Affinity and Alibi, all received the expected huge support. But at the traditional call of the card on Cup Eve, the George Hanlon trained Black Knight was back to win $800,000 in just 4 bets. Black Knight, with Peter Cook booked to ride, was again heavily backed on course to start equal third favourite at 10 to 1.
Starter looks across and lets them go. And Secured Deposit began well with Forward Charge to the roar of the crowd from British. Bounty Hawk away nicely from Alibi, and wider out on the track, Lancelot of British on the inside of Chagamar from Black Knight and Forward Charge Fountain Court. Secured Deposit out 3 deep, Alibi scraping paint from Azar's Command. They were followed Rose and Thistle going around the outside, and Affinity's following at 3 or 4 deep in what's now a muddling pace. Bounty Hawk's got pushed back along the inside. Passing it is Beaver Boy and Fox Seal, and they're followed by Marsh and Son Lagana and Past the Baton Hard Ridden last. They've got 1,300 to go, and Rocky Ruler 3 lengths to Lance Lotto. A length and a half British having the run of the race on the inside, and they were followed by Secured Deposit and Chagamar. Wonder Black Knight going forward, a length and a half Forward Charge, 2 lengths to Fountain Court, Rose and Thistle. Wonder Affinity out 3 deep with Alibi on the fence, a length Azar's Command. They're followed by Bounty Hawk easing off the fence at this stage, and then Mapley Heights to the outside of Past the Baton. Further back is Beaver Boy, Marsh and Son, a long way back with Fox Seal and Lagana last. They're coming to the turn with 700 to go in the Cup. And Rocky Ruler kicked away to be 5 lengths in front of British, getting up on the inside now from Lancelot. Chagamar to the outside. 2 lengths to Black Knight, Forward Charge, Secured Deposit. Affinity's out very wide and a long way back with Azar's Command, and Bounty Hawk trying to get through on the fence. In the straight, Rocky Ruler at the 400, tackled by Chagamar from Black Knight. Then British, Bounty Hawk sneaking along the rails, and here's Rose and Thistle with a big run. Black Knight got to the lead with Chagamar at the 300 from Rocky Ruler. They're clear of Rose and Thistle at the head of the others, and then Mapley Heights running on. But it's Black Knight in front of the 200 from Chagamar. Mapley Heights running home well, but it's Black Knight's Melbourne Cup. He's drawing away to win by 2.5 lengths. Chagamar will run second from Mapley Heights, Rose and Thistle. Then Fox Seal from Affinity. Further back is Rocky Ruler, Lance Lotto. Behind them, Past the Baton, Secured Deposit, Fountain Court. Then forward.
The Melbourne Cup was a personal triumph for multimillionaire West Australian businessman Robert Holmescourt, who purchased the gelding sire Silver Knight shortly after that horse's victory in the 1971 Melbourne Cup. Mr. Holmescourt believed that the Cup was the third for George Hanlon, a master trainer of stayers who'd earlier won with Piping Lane and Arwan, and the second for Peter Cook.
Racing now, and slow to begin. Daybreak Lover missed the kick about a length and a half, and River Rough one of the best to begin with Sauna when they settle down now from Torbeck, and West Mayo driving up on the inside when they settle in a stride from Daybreak Lover. Further back was Penny Edition, fine to go. West Mayo went through to lead a neck now to River Rough on the outside, now on terms with the leader. A length further back was Sauna, 2 lengths Daybreak Lover and Torbeck, a length and a half Fine Offer. Star Closure going around the outside from Galliola Court, Penny Edition and Lasers Fury last of all. River Rough has gone to the front, being tackled by Sauna, 650 to go. They've beaten off West Mayo. Daybreak Lover hard ridden from Fine Offer, Torbeck, and then a gap to Star Closure, Penny Edition, Galliola Court and Lasers Fury, but Sauna took the lead with 450 to run. He raced 3/4 in front. River Rough is fighting back on the inside again, gets up to draw with Sauna, and they're 3 lengths in front of Fine Offer when they turn for home from West Mayo. River Rough went through on the inside and got a neck in front when they turn from Sauna. They're 3 in front of Fine Offer, but he's going well. River Rough with 150 to go. He beat off Sauna. Fine Offer rattling down the outside, but too much class for River Rough. He'll win the William Reid Stakes, and River Rough scores a length and a quarter to Fine Offer. A length away, third is Sauna, then West Mayo, Penny Edition, Lasers Fury, Torbeck.
Between these two high-class young ladies was the Australasian Oaks at Morphettville on February the 9th. A feature of the race was the scheduled appearance of champion English jockey Lester Piggott. It was to be Piggott's final tour of Australia before his retirement. Nick Collins seized upon the opportunity to enhance his fillies' chances of turning the tables on Spirit of Kingston and engaged Piggott for what is, for this season at least, Australasia's richest fillies classic. Watch close.
Two Diggers Lasses bounced out fast. Katie Kate and Royal Acclaim are going quickly in the early stages, and Deedle is also beating through along the inside. They're followed further back on the field then on the inside by Diggers Lass, Star Style Girl, Spirit of Kingston. Further back in the field then came Let's Be Lucky, and they're followed at the head of the others by Daily Spirit. Well back Katie Kate, and last of all down the side is Centauria. A packing field now in the Australasian Oaks as they go to the 800-metre mark, where the leader will radiate from Club Flush. Deedle is out deeper. They're followed back on the inside by Royal Acclaim, gaining good ground. Star Style Girl, Spirit of Kingston, 3 off the lead. They're followed by Let's Be Lucky. Katie Kate is off around them 4 wide. Daily Spirit lost ground sharply, as did Diggers Lass, and Centauria starting to make a run. Before the turn, 500 to go. They're spread across the track. Club Flush takes up the running. From over on the outside, Star Style Girl, Deedle off the track. Spirit of Kingston gets a split in the middle, and down the outside, Katie Kate, they're homeward bound in the Australasian, and Spirit of Kingston has barged up to go to the front with Katie Kate. Over on the inside, Star Style Girl, Club Flush and Centauria. It's Katie Kate just shading Spirit of Kingston with 100 to go. Katie Kate just the leader. Late on the scene, Centauria. Katie Kate on the outside, Centauria. It's got up. Centauria wins the Australasian Oaks in the last bound from Katie Kate. Star Style Girl, Club Flush and Centauria. It's Katie Kate just shading Spirit of Kingston with 100 to go. Katie Kate just the leader. Late on the scene, Centauria. Katie Kate on the outside, Centauria. It's got up. Centauria wins the Australasian Oaks in the last bound from Katie Kate. Third, Spirit of Kingston, Deedle.
Centauria is the 4th winner and second Group 1 winner thrown by the showdown mare Aurea. Centauria is a half. It is fitting that the great Lester Piggott should ride his first Group 1 winner on this visit to Australia, as he's expected.
And as the Victoria Racing Club's Lightning Stakes run over the straight 1,000 metres at Flemington at Weight for Age. The Lightning reps.
River Rough got away well and was first to get going actually from near the inside. Razor Sharp, High Signal. Then Brinkman the outside, Daybreak Lover and Truman down. River Rough and Razor Sharp together with Brinkman on the outside, and they were followed then by Feeling Fit. High Signal's back behind them, awkwardly placed over on the rails, and then came Daybreak Lover, Kentish. 2 lengths to Prolific, moving up a little bit here from Kalim the Queen, and last of all Count Ajax. At the 400, Truman and River Rough joined now by Brinkman, and River Rough's taken the lead. Daybreak Lover moving up, and High Signal's got out now if he's good enough. Clark's got a good hold on River Rough at the 200. A length to High Signal coming out after him now. He calls on River Rough for an extra, but he's a half in front. High Signal's getting him. River Rough in front, but High Signal's wearing him down. It's close. River Rough! He's fought back like the bulldog he is and has won at a nose to High Signal. Clark's got a good hold on River Rough at the 200. A length to High Signal coming out after him now. He calls on River Rough for an extra, but he's a half in front. High Signal's getting him. River Rough in front, but High Signal's wearing him down. It's close. River Rough! He's fought back like the bulldog he is and has won at a nose to High Signal.
A week meeting, one of the attractions is the Group 1 Futurity Stakes, a weight-for-age race over 1,400 metres. The Great River Rough was favourite, with the only doubt being his ability to run out the 1,400.
Racing. River Rough bounced out a length in front on the inside from Keepers and Copper Rocket, and French Current going up quickly now to be second. Red Tempo just behind them with Daybreak Lover, and then Kia Mare and Testimony back near the rear with Veet Chevelle. Over the hill, River Rough in front. He doesn't really want to be there, and Copper Rocket and French Current have joined him now. A length to Bin Binga and a half to Red Tempo. 2 lengths. Copper Rocket went to the lead at the 800. A length and a half, River Rough dropping in behind them third. Then Bin Binga. 1 to Red Tempo. A length and a half, Testimony. Keepers. 2 to Daybreak Lover. 2 to Veet Chevelle and Kia Mare last. 700 out, French Current about a half length now to River Rough, who's gone up second on his outside. Bin Binga, Copper Rocket, the rails, 1 to Red Tempo. A length then to Keepers, and they were followed further back in the field. Daybreak Lover, Veet Chevelle to the outside from Kia Mare, and Testimony's broken down. On the turn, French Current a half to River Rough from Bin Binga, Copper Rocket, Red Tempo, Veet Chevelle. Then Keepers, Daybreak Lover into the straight, Kia Mare. French Current led at the 300. River Rough called on to go out after him, and Red Tempo putting in his claim. They're followed by Veet Chevelle, Bin Binga. River Rough got to French Current. Red Tempo coming at the pair of them, and Veet Chevelle getting a split in the centre. River Rough in front with 100 to go. Veet Chevelle's trying hard. River Rough in front. He's stopping. Veet Chevelle's grabbing him. And River Rough, I think River Rough, but it's very close. Veet Chevelle flying his claim. They're followed by Veet Chevelle, Bin Binga. River Rough got to French Current. Red Tempo coming at the pair of them, and Veet Chevelle getting a split in the centre. River Rough in front with 100 to go. Veet Chevelle's trying hard. River Rough in front. He's stopping. Veet Chevelle's grabbing him. And River Rough, I think River Rough, but it's very close. Veet Chevelle flying.
In a close photo, Veet Chevelle got the decision. It was to be his final appearance in Melbourne, and what a way to go out, with a victory over Australia's champion sprinter. Veet Chevelle.
The 1985 Rawson Stakes was decided under ideal conditions at Rose Hill on night 16, and although it attracted a small field of 8 runners, it's worth noting that 6 of them were group winners. The Tommy Smith-trained Alibi was favourite at 15 to 8.
Charlottetown as they near the turn. 600 metres out on the Baldy Face. Rising Prince is being worried now by La Grigia. In third place, Prolific Alibis under heavy pressure as they turn for home. And then Beechcraft forward charge and Hay behind a wall of horses. In the straight, Rising Prince and La Grigia are tackled quickly by Prolific and Alibi on the extreme outside. Hay is 2 lengths away under heavy pressure at the moment. 200 out, and Prolific and Rising Prince are fighting it out with La Grigia between them. Alibi's not done with yet. Now he's charging at them, and it's a 4-horse war. Alibi, Prolific, La Grigia, Rising Prince. What a finish, but Alibi does best, and Alibi came away on the line to beat La Grigia. Third, probably Rising Prince, and weakening for fourth, Prolific, and Hay fifth has run a disappointing race.
The courage that...
85.
Next, the Group 1 Daily Telegraph Rose Hill Guineas.
Down goes the flag, off and running in the Daily Telegraph Rose Hill Guineas, and let's pick them up as they charge into view. The New Zealander Gull Deck is the leader. Going up quickly though, Try Shell to almost join it, and Home Office is up running third over that first crossing. Noble Pier in a beautiful position. Luxor Lottery from his wide barrier, 3 and 4 deep, is sweeping up towards the lead. On the rails, Home Office followed by Castanilla, Gull Deck, and then Dusky Legend, Spirit of Kingston being niggled a bit by Marshall. Colour Page at the head of the others, and then My Day, Golden
Actually, coming sort of past the half mile, I could see Noble Pier in front of my filly, and I endeavoured to get out, and I actually followed him to the 600 where he did strike the trouble, and I was a little bit happy that it happened, actually.
Noble Pier's in third place. Quinton hard at work on the grey, and then Home Office as they near the turn off the tracks. Brightly Native at the head of the others. Castanilla turning for home, and Spirit of Kingston's going to get a beautiful run through. Try Shell's run off the track and took Noble Pier with it. Tryshell took Noble Pier right off the track. Luxolottery in front. Castanilla challenging, and here's the filly, Spirit of Kingston. Spirit of Kingston has charged up with them on the outside. Spirit of Kingston, Castanilla and Luxolottery. Spirit of Kingston and Castanilla have come away. They're going to fight it out. It's the filly, Spirit of Kingston, ahead in front. Castanilla kicking again. Castanilla, Spirit of Kingston. The filly got there, I think. Spirit of Kingston, I think, a nose to Castanilla and a heads up, heads down go. Third's very close. A photo between Silver Award, Luxolottery and...
So the stage was set for history to be made. Until Rose of Kingston had won.
Big sprint on the Sydney Autumn calendar is the Ryder Stakes, a $100,000 weight-for-age event over 1,450 metres. Sprinters in training. The 3-year-olds Hula Drum and Royal Troubadour were equal favourites at 7-2, but top chances were given to the proven Group 1 horses Vite Cheval, Riverdale and Mr. Illusion. Sydney's top jockey, Ron Quinn.
A fine offer, missed the start by a length and a half, and beginning very quickly, Hula Drum is the early leader. Been there fast into stride, is going through to join it. They're going to make Quinton work very hard on Hula Drum. He's right out under the arches, and they won't let him get in anywhere. Royal Troubadour booting through between horses to hit the front now, followed by Daybreak Lover.
He drew the outside barrier 14, and he begun brilliantly and was really never going to lose the race. He always tracked Royal Troubadour all the way. And
going at a good gallop, but under a nice hold, a length on Hula Drum, getting over now to be one horse off the rail. 2.5 lengths away, been there on the inside of Dazzling Duke. At the head of the others then is Daybreak Lover, followed by King Delamere. 3 deep is Tempestuous. A gap in the field to Riverdale, followed by Spanion Fine Offer, and then Godarchi. Vite Cheval's got a hell of a big job ahead of him. In fact, you'd have to say he can't win on the turn into the straight, where Royal Troubadour shot away a length and a half on Hula Drum. 3 lengths to been there, followed by Dazzling Duke, and Vite Cheval's going to run 24th at the 200 mark. Royal Troubadour and Hula Drum, they're the only 2 hopes. Hula Drum coming at Royal Troubadour, and these 2 classy 3-year-olds are staging a ding-dong go with Hula Drum putting his head in front. He's drawing away and he'll win. Hula Drum beat Royal Troubadour. 4 lengths away, third Daybreak Lover, then King.
A very convincing win by Hula Drum, and one which represented a high spot, and that win saw Hula Drum open a firm favourite for the Group 1 Galaxy at Randwick at his next appearance. Although Hula Drum was coming back in distance from 1,450 to 1,100 metres, his huge weight advantage over the other top chance Gunyati was widely considered as the factor which would help him to victory. But one famous punter certainly didn't see it that way. The punter, a famous Australian businessman, had $500,000 on Gunyati, and you can imagine news of his giant wager really had the Randwick betting ring buzzing. There were to be further censored and packed Galaxy.
Drink began like a flash on the outside. Pluvitas fast into stride, and so is Bletch Encore. And Gunyati going like the wind is driving up on the rails to hold them out as they go over the first crossing. 3 lengths away, Anything Tudor, followed by Foreign Interest. At the head of the others, Foystan, followed by Manu, and where's Hula Drum? He's a mile back in the field and racing 3 deep at that stage, followed by Mr. Illusion. Second last is Mr. Godson, and Langby's lost his irons on Vain Carrioi. Kevin Langby looks to have lost both stirrup irons, and he's back at the tail of the field as they turn for home in the Galaxy. Quiet Little Drink, 3 deep, is sharing the lead with Gunyati on the rail, and Bletch Encore between them. He's gone. His Pluvite, his Foystan, and his Manuan down the outside, and Hula Drum further out. Hula Drum in the centre of the track is coming with a blistering run. Gunyati's in front, however. Manuan and Hula Drum are trying to pick him up. Gunyati still in front, hard against the inside rail. Manuan and Hula Drum are cutting him down. Gunyati still in front. Manuan lunges on the outside. Oh, golly! I don't know. I don't know. It's a rib. Hula Drum in the centre of the track is coming with a blistering run. Gunyati's in front, however. Manuan and Hula Drum are trying to pick him up. Gunyati still in front, hard against the inside rail. Manuan and Hula Drum are cutting him down. Gunyati still in front. Manuan lunges on the outside. Oh, golly! I don't know. I don't know. It's a rib tickler. Manuan or Gunyati, and they're very wide apart. Marnie rode Manuan like a man inspired. He deserves to win. Hula Drum third, had to give him too big a start.
Well, once again, the bookies got the money, and Peter Cook's explanation for his ride on Tancred Stakes saw him elevated to favourite for the Sydney Cup, but he was destined not to run in that race. The Group 1 Queen Elizabeth Stakes was to be his last racecourse appearance, as after this race he was retired to stand at Blandford Lodge in New Zealand. On his best form and trained for the race, there's not much doubt that Alibi would have won the Queen Elizabeth, but as trainer Tommy Smith so prophetically warned, Alibi had been trained to run 3,200 metres, not 2,000.
And as they gallop along past the 750 metres, and the rider Compton giving Beechcraft a little bit of a spell, but quickly Rising Prince has caught him, and in fact passed him, and in fact, he's thrown it in quickly, Beechcraft. And it's Rising Prince taken on by Alibi travelling to the corner. A length away in third position, King Delamere, then Nicholas John and La Gregier and High looking for a run through. Beechcraft dropping off into the straight, and up the rise they come. Alibi quickly after Rising Prince. On the outside, King Delamere, and High trying to get between Alibi and Rising Prince. He can't, and he goes back to the inside. Alibi's now gained the upper hand from Rising Prince, maybe. Rising Prince is fighting back, but Alibi might just have him. High third, Rising Prince, he's coming again. Is he going to outplug Alibi? Rising Prince in front, yes, he's going to beat Alibi. Rising Prince beaten in the Doncaster on Saturday, but he's won the Queen Elizabeth here today. Rising Prince outstays Alibi to win it ahead. Third High, then came...
Rising Prince is certainly one of Australia's most underrated gallopers. He's by the American
Derby. Under the care of Brian Smith, famous for his handling of the champion Belmarino, Sir Zephyr improved in leaps and bounds and was sent to Adelaide in search of the elusive classic victory.
With one exception, always Bronze out deep on the track. Under Oath rider grabs hot on to.
Well, I knew there was a lot of horses suspect of getting the distance, and I just didn't want to get caught behind them. And as a result, I sort of raced 2 and 3 deep for a lot of the way, but I was very confident I could win the race, and I just didn't want to get held up. So I was quite content to sit wide, and he just showed his superiority. He just travelling that well, turning for him. I just let him go, and he put a gap in them.
Under the 600-metre mark, Jazzboy next, and Show Glen will come for home. Very, very deep, but making ground. At the top of the straight, and the Mercedes-Benz Derby of 85 now, and Sir Zephyr goes up quickly to be a leader. With it is Conceited Man in the middle, and over on the inside, battling away Noble Cavalier, but Sir Zephyr's gone for home. In going very strongly at the 200-metre mark, and he dashed away. Sir Zephyr is putting a space on his rivals. It's going to be a good go for the Miners, battling away Conceited Man, followed then by Noble Cavalier, but oh gee, Sir Zephyr is going to trounce his Mercedes-Benz rivals. It's a very big win. Sir Zephyr by 4 or 5 lengths, Conceited Man a gallant second. Third home in behind those 4 lengths away, Noble Cavalier. All benefit.
A feature of Sir Zephyr's win was the continued run of luck of Wayne Harris. The Derby gave him his 3rd Group 1 success in a matter of weeks, although it was at the expense of Jim Campbell.
Away Conceited Man, followed then by Noble Cavalier, but oh gee, Sir Zephyr is going to trounce his Mercedes-Benz rivals. It's a very big win. Sir Zephyr by 4 or 5 lengths, Conceited Man a gallant second. Third home in behind those 4 lengths away, Noble Cavalier. All benefit.
A feature of Sir Zephyr's win was the continued run of luck of Wayne Harris. The Derby gave him his 3rd Group 1